All right, Ariel, we're just gonna get rolling. Happy 2024. We're back and we have microphones now.
Indeed.
I switched to you so people can see your setup over there. But yeah, I'm really excited that we finally had a chance to bust these out. It's not the most glamorous setup for us still at the moment. There's still a lot of housekeeping and things we need to do. Surrounded by Charlie's records in this room a little bit, but you know, they add to the vibe.
The vibe, yeah, and the acoustics.
That's true. It's good, some good absorption and diffusion properties. Oh man, well yeah, you have one of my favorite microphones of all time, and we're gonna just kind of geek out on some tech here for a second, because yeah, you've got. Oh no, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do something. I've got all my cool images that I got to drop in here for things that I want to talk about. I'm going to see if I can do that while we're recording here, but I might crash the program too. I wonder if it's not going to let me do it. Nope. Here we go. It's working. So yeah, you've got a Sennheiser MD 421. That is a classic microphone. I love that mic.
Okay.
I want like 4 of them. They're like a ideal tom-tom mic. Can throw them on some toms for drum recording, or obviously for vocals. They're great too. I know a lot of the Zappa crew live sang through Sennheiser MD 421 mics. And I've got a Shure SM7B over here. That's kind of a quintessential studio broadcast mic, but there was some pretty famous activity with this mic. I think like the Metallica Black album was the vocals were recorded with this. I think like Tina Turner, I think Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller was recorded with it. So, oh, kind of get rid of the Miata. All right, cool. So I got the pictures I wanted now. Yeah, just awesome mics, and then we're running them finally through our Grace Design M501 500 series mic pre's.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's been almost a year since we picked those up.
Yeah, thanks to the Grace boys for that, for sure. Those guys I think are at the NAMM show. Or they're preparing for it at least. I think that's about to I think Winter NAMM is getting ready to kick off. Which if we ever go to NAMM, that's going to be the one we're going to have to do. What are you drinking there? What do you have in your hand?
Well, so on our Avery kick, so pick this up. Double-barreled maple stout. Avery 15.3%. It is a beast. Stout aged in bourbon and maple syrup barrels with maple syrup, coffee, and cinnamon. It's thick. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. But it is, again, delicious.
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled that we can we're pretty spoiled that we can make it over to Avery and grab these super fancy special bottled ones, because not everyone carries those. And yeah, the 15.3%, it does the trick.
Yeah, we should have split one.
Well, I don't know.
No, yeah.
I don't know about that. We got to get preconditioned for Munich.
Yes. Where it's kind of inverse, where it's low percent but high volume.
Yeah, exactly. The high volume, the kind of the breakfast ales through dessert and beyond. Oh man. Well, I'm very excited for that. That's going to be part of what we're talking about today. There's a lot of really cool stuff to look forward to this year. I mean, last year was quite a wild ride, and we have a lot of really cool things to kind of talk about. I'm going to pull up my some of my pictures again, but I guess one thing to make note of, we're going to have to get Clay back in here to get an episode because our good guy
Yep.
Clay retired on us, and he left at the end of December, and he's worked a long career here at Ayre and has kept things moving for us for a long time. But we got a really awesome service manager that has taken him on, and or that Clay took on under his wing before he left, and we brought him up to speed really quickly, and he's doing a great job for us. It's kind of funny because you can't see, but I have you sitting right in between these guys in a picture playing air hockey.
Oh,
I got a good shot of the two of them playing air hockey here, but yeah, they hit it off really well. I think that we did a great job with Jason and his personality and his work ethic and his skill sets, and I think him and Clay, yeah, his experience, him and Clay complemented each other pretty well, and I think Clay did a good job downloading as much information as he could to him before departing for retirement.
Yep.
So we got someone plenty capable to keep rocking all of our service. He's already done like 4 V3s since he's been with us. And we have another on the way. Somebody else is sending another V3 in for a recap, refresh.
Yeah. So. Well, as long as I don't have to work on it, I'm thrilled.
Yeah. We're gonna keep between Jason and Takoa and some of the other guys here. We'll keep breaking away some of the stuff that is distracting you from designing fun, cool new things.
Yep.
Yeah, so Clay has retired, and now that we're into the new year with Jason, things are rocking, and we've got, things that I wanted to talk about for this are kind of like all the shows and the things that we already have kind of confirmed. I think that would be kind of fun to catch people up on, and now that they're confirmed, we can maybe talk about them a little bit. But this next week, we're putting, our crowd here can hear this. I'll give the Pints with Ayre folks the sneak heads up peek that we're working on a really cool project with some brands that are friends of ours, Audio Quest and Vandersteen speakers and HRS, and we're doing a private dealer event next week. So unfortunately, there won't be a lot of customers and end user listeners invited. It's just going to be kind of us getting the boys together, and we'll be putting some really cool content out from that. But yeah, we're gonna get all of our friends together from Vandersteen and AudioQuest and HRS, and we're gonna get some really cool vibes and content going for all of our followers out there. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. It's been too many years since I've sat down with Richard particularly and been able to talk about anything and brainstorm. And last time we got to talk for quite a while. I learned quite a bit about a lot of our.
You might need to get on that mic a little bit.
Actually, get close to it. And there we go.
Yeah.
It's been many years since was able to sit down with Richard and learn anything in depth, because last time we did that, I learned a lot about his ideas on capacitor coupling, and we've since adopted some of those principles, and I think it's a good thing. And so I know I'm really looking forward to both in front of the public as well as privately to sit down with them and learn who knows what else.
Yeah, and we get to hang out with Garth Powell, and Garth is taking on quite a lot over at AudioQuest, it seems, for Bill Lowe these days. Bill being a former, actually, I think he still is using our equipment, but I know Bill personally used our stuff for many years. I know I've seen his name repeatedly in our logbooks back there. So there's quite a few units that he's picked up from us over the years, and I think he's a little more partial to solid state electronics too. I think he likes kind of a nice pure kind of signal path if possible. But kind of Garth is kind of taking the torch a little bit from Bill in a lot of respects from AudioQuest, and you yourself have kind of taken the torch from Charlie years ago, and Richard is kind of our veteran representative in the lineup there. But it's really neat. We're gonna get a chance to listen to this world-class system. It is like the coolest, nicest stuff, top shelf from all of us, and we're gonna be doing it's like a surround sound Quinto setup. I think that they kind of have going,
Oh, wow.
and the Quintos are kind of special for Vandersteen right now. I think because Nathan Vandersteen had a big hand in designing those with Richard. So that's kind of cool to focus on those speakers for this project because it's kind of an ode to the future of Vandersteen and kind of showing off for us and AudioQuest kind of the significance of like you and Garth kind of taking on a lot of pretty much all of the the brunt of the design work and kind of the company layout of the products that we want to offer our people.
Right.
So yeah, as far as the system, it's really special stuff. We've got it's gonna be all R series amplification and preamp, but it's really funny how the whole interconnectedness has come into play with this system because I think the actual mono blocks were Bill Lowe's. These were his amps that I've got the photo up on the computer. You can't see, but we got his old amps, his old MXRs that were custom outfitted with his Bill Lowe signature speaker cable inside to wire to our Cardas binding post there. And those managed to wind up into our dealer in South Carolina's collection for CMB Integrations. And that's so the electronics that we're listening to were owned by Bill Lowe and kind of custom outfitted with his signature speaker cable, and we get to kind of enjoy that personal kind of touch there, I think, on the system. And I'm trying to pull up a different photo to show off here, but you can't see them. So yeah, that's going to be next week, just kind of a private dealer event, and probably by February some of that content will be coming out. And then so what happens next? February, March. So March, I think, is Southwest. So March is Southwest Audiofest. And that's still a work in progress. But what I can say is that it will be us and Cardas. So it's an Ayre and Cardas room. So already it's going to be the most fun and cool room.
Yeah. That one. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun and low key and fun.
You got to like eat that mic too. These are like broadcast mics.
Yeah, I'm used to our old setup where I don't even think about it.
Yeah, you got to like lean over with your beer and stuff. You know, like lean into it.
Okay.
You have a good voice for radio though. So.
As if.
I mean, I might as well throw out the fact that we're also running our Grace Design mic pre's through some Rupert Neve Designs Inductor EQ 500 series modules and a tape saturator or tape emulator. Yeah, we've got some processing going on here. But yeah, so Southwest Audio Fest, that's put on by the Capitol and the Pacific Audio Fest people, and it's a new show, so it's kind of it's just one of the newest shows on the circuit, really, and so I'm excited to go to Texas. I mean, I kind of would like to go somewhere warm, especially in March. Would be nice. March in Colorado can be pretty chilly.
Yeah. As of this weekend, we're going to have 5-degree weather this weekend here.
Yeah, as a high.
Yeah,
5 degrees. Yeah, it gets cold here.
Yes,
it gets cold. So yeah, that's March, and then April. April is AXPONA.
AXPONA, yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be a really cool room too. We're partnering with our new dealer on the north side of Chicago, Musical Artisans,
Yep.
and it will be a Ayre Acoustics and YG Acoustics room. That is confirmed. Me and my boy Steve. Let's see if you can see Steve. There you go. It's me and Steve at Munich. Talked it up at Munich this year. Got to connect on a lot of initiatives that our teams are trying to accomplish, and I think this was kind of a partnership long in the making. I think that I don't know how often we've worked with YG in the past, but
Not very often.
not as often as we probably should because they're all really cool dudes and they make great speakers. So that is definitely one to look forward to, and some really nice cables and rack setup in there too. It will be Duncan and myself and Ariel, and I don't know who else from YG will be there, but it will be a really fun room, and we'll be using Argento cables and I think Falconor racks. So really nice high-end stuff. So that's our plans for AXPONA thus far. Last year we had 2 rooms, so who knows? Maybe we'll bust out a second room at the last minute here. But after that is Munich.
Yeah. Yeah. It is always kind of, that's really as we've learned over the last several years, one of the most important ones for us. If we had to pick one event to do the entire year, that's probably it. Um, you know, primarily thinking about the kind of the priority of meeting with customers, our customers usually being the distributors and dealers. And so uh, close to 90% of our global distributors show up at Munich, so we can meet all of them in one place. Several of our US dealers go there as well, so we end up seeing them there as well. And you can talk to a few vendors, and it's yeah. So as far as bang for the buck, as far as getting business done, talking to um, our distributors and our dealers, and plenty of European end users, Asian end users, um, it is the most productive show that we go to, and it's not a bad place to visit either. Um,
Yeah, I mean there's plenty of things to see and do while you're there. I mean, whether even it's a hi-fi aside, I mean, like, gosh, the beer, the music, there's awesome cars,
yeah,
really cool cars out there. You see so many neat German cars on the road there that you don't see out here, like certain specs on Audi and Mercedes that you just don't see very often out here. It's really cool.
yeah.
And then yeah, so I mean, I think so when was the last time we exhibited out there?
Well, let's see. So probably would have been 2019.
Sounds right.
I did not go last year. I sent our junior engineer at the time in my place, and then some of the other employees and even some of the family went that year. And then obviously 2020 and 21 were more or less canceled. Um, yeah. So then you went out last year just to kind of roam, but we didn't technically exhibit.
Yeah. Yeah, I roamed and I met with lots of people,
Yep.
met with like all of our dealers and distributors, and had what I feel was a really productive and creative meeting with the DS audio guys.
Yeah.
I like that technology, just saying. But yeah, it was a blast. I mean, it was total overload. I mean, there's just so many things to see. I mean, you can't possibly see it all. I mean, without yeah, it's just it is quite a sight to behold. Just all the vendors and people there, and just it's so fun. Just everyone there for the same thing, and just geeked out on hi-fi, and you could just see the smiles on everyone's face as they walk into the rooms to see what's going on. I can't wait. So we're exhibiting this year though. So that's really exciting. So yeah, last year I went out there. I had to save the day because Ariel's passport didn't come in, but it
That's
was
right.
it was not to exhibit. So this year we get to partner with our friends Sonar Audio, who we
Yep.
worked with at AXPONA last year and just became pretty good friends. And we love Gunny and Sonar and the whole kind of design language behind what they do. And, it's just a really impressive speaker just through and through. So, I mean, like they've done a great job with that. And I see them going places. I see them making some really, really amazing stuff down the road. So Sonar Audio will be speakers. We have Artesenia Racks supporting everything and keep holding us up. And cabling will be provided by, man, I hope I say this all right, Ikigai, Ikigai, Ikigai. It's a Denmark cable company. And Jeff with Ikigai seems very, very knowledgeable and has his own pretty unique approaches to cabling. They do like really fine, high purity stranded silver conductors, and I think they just use straight up 20 like solid gold conductors, which has its own maybe not the best conductor for a contact, but it will be corrosion free and it'll be a nice clean and pure contact for a long time, and then that silver maybe makes up for any losses on the gold. But I'm really intrigued. I'm really kind of excited to hear our stuff paired with that. And then Pachanko Labs is another one that I haven't quite heard of before, but they're a server company based out of La Réunion, which is like an island off of France, which seems like a freaking paradise. So like after this, we've got a new friend in La Réunion.
I like it.
A nice little island off of France, and so our friend Chan will probably host us if we go and visit him. So yeah, it's Ayre Acoustics, Sonar Audio, Ikigai Cables, Artesenia Racks, Pachanko Labs. So pretty solid international effort right there. Denmark, USA, La Réunion, and honestly, I don't remember where Artesenia Racks is from.
Okay. And we should have our German partner Thomas should be there helping us with any translation in German language, since we are a little bit rusty. I've taken a couple years of German in college, but it's not really even quite enough to get me by.
Yeah, your wife speaks fluent German,
Yes,
right?
yes, she does, and she really wants to go. It's never the best time of year for her. She's a school teacher, and so it's usually just at the end just before the end of school, and so it's a very difficult time for her to get time off. So one of these years she will bite the bullet and come over.
Yeah, that would be handy. But yeah, Thomas from Bauer Audio, maybe the legendary Willibald will be there as well.
You might make a brief
A
appearance.
brief cameo, yeah. Just to remind everyone he's a legend and then leave.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it reminds me, I need to go check the soccer schedule. Make sure there's a game that weekend.
I was gonna ask if you were planning on that. I was gonna remind you.
It's kind of the I mean that's the I mean, at least with Willie, that's kind of the running. That's the open invitation. Last time I was there would have been 2018. He took myself and our friend from Cardas, Brian von Bork. We went to the Bayern Munich game. One of the and this is May is towards the end of the season. There's really only a couple games left in the year, and it was a fantastic experience. It was really fun. I was also miserable that year. I had, I would say, the wrong shoes, and so it spent all day at 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 the show on my feet. So my feet were just killing me from, standing on the, barely padded concrete at the show. And so, and then, so I had to walk over to the game, into the stadium, and it was the standing room only section of the stadium. And I could barely stand. I was miserable. Um, the game was, I mean, it was a great experience. The game was great, but it was very tempered by absolute pain and misery.
Dang. That's how my last day ended up being there because
Oh,
the
yeah, right.
same exact thing. I wore the wrong shoes the entire time and underestimated the amount of walking I was going to do. And there what happened to be at this year's Munich, anyone who went would have experienced this, it seems, but there was a transportation strike.
That's right.
And so I wasn't super close to the venue, but yeah, I had to do a little more hoofing it in some dressy, fancy shoes than I was expecting. And this year I want to bring a skateboard. I'm gonna pack like a tiny little penny board in my carry-on. And I was also telling Brian Von Bork after the show that we need to rent a motorcycle this year. So I don't know. I think Brian and I might do some Bavarian cruising on some BMWs or something.
No, that sounds nice. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what's in store for Munich. Actually, it would be really cool if we could pay some visits to some other factories too. I'm gonna kick my gain
Hmm.
up here. Here we go. Um, I've got my friend Herman Greer from SPL, and they've got a pretty cool factory out there that we could potentially visit and just kind of geek out on some production and manufacturing stuff. And I've always wanted to go to the Warwick Base factory.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Um, that factory, man, that's always to me like from like a production and like a manufacturing standpoint, it's just a modern marvel of how just how they set it up because it is it's like I think it was the first factory in Germany to officially um be designated as like a carbon neutral factory, which I mean, I'll save my opinions on that. But the thing that's really neat about it is that, they're making bases out of wood, carving and shaving all these wood shavings, and they just like recycle every little thing that they use there. So like all the wood shavings go to heat the building in the furnace.
Oh,
Um, any like chips or spare wood they use for like flooring or they use it everywhere that they can. Like there's like no wood that isn't used as efficient as it possibly can be in the form that it is. Um, totally solar powered and yeah, I mean like they power themselves through their entire production, which is pretty cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's May. Um, And yeah, I mean, like that's what's confirmed. I mean, there's a lot of other things kind of in the works. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to Japan. Maybe not. That would
Certainly
be
hope. Yeah, this would be. Yeah, we've got hopes, plans for some products that would be great to release in Japan. Um, so that's yeah, we're hoping that yeah, nothing firm at all yet.
yeah, that
So,
nothing firm, but that would be as far as like an international show that I think is worth our attention. That would be one that would be high on the list.
yeah. I've never been to the Tokyo show. I went to Tokyo when we released the KXR. I think it was early 2008. Brent and I did a little tour
Nice.
to go visit some publications and some dealers, do a bunch of interviews um, um, uh, with the release of the KXR, and that was a fantastic trip. That was kind of eye opening. It was yeah, I mean just the cuisine and town was fantastic. We had a great trip, and would love to go back.
So one of these days, we might have to try to introduce our viewers to just one of our good personal friends and longtime supporters, maybe Rich Zweibel.
Yeah.
He would be kind of a fun character to get on here. But yeah, Rich, just for our viewers, for a quick little introduction, we have a lot of really cool guys named Rich in our life, but Rich Zweibel, uh, for those who don't know him, was from QSC Audio, the speaker and amplifier manufacturer, and he,
Yeah, as well as K2 Audio,
as well as K2
as
Audio
well as Cirrus Logic.
and Cirrus Logic. Anything else?
That's all I'm aware of.
Yeah, well, he's a big deal. He's a really
Yeah.
cool dude. But he created the QSC QSys platform, which is just the most insanely cool creative thing that I've ever learned how to use. It's kind of like a Savant or Crestron kind of competitor software, just total audio video networked kind of integration. So everything over Ethernet and like limitless control. Like it's the stuff that you run sound in a football stadium with,
Yep.
or like a cruise ship, you know. And yeah, that's his brainchild is QSys. And he's just a Japanese aficionado. So he was telling me the last time I visited him when I delivered his VX5 that if we go, he wants to be our travel agent and he wants to take us on a tour.
Wow. I did not know it was. I did not know about that. Yeah, I'll take him up on that anytime.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was telling me about all these super cool train rides that you can take to like get to these little niche kind of tucked away hot springs up in the mountains and stuff there.
Oh wow.
So yeah, Rich Zweibel, super cool dude. We'll bring him on one of these days, and then we'll get him to take us to Japan.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's kind of again the confirmed stuff, but lots in the works. I mean, we might end up in the UK as well. That's another kind of priority spot for us right now. We're getting a lot of attention up there, and we've got really good support from Decent Audio with Paul Burnup and Simon there. So those guys are great. And then I'm sure for you, that's a great opportunity for another soccer game, right?
Yeah. I mean, give it as long as the right time of year. Yeah, which is most of the year. Yeah, would love to visit there pretty much any time to go to a match. I'm not sure exactly where they are.
I for some reason I kind of remember off the top of my head they're like street, like Stockton-on-Tees for some reason, but it's pretty far north. It's probably like 30 minutes to an hour south of Scotland, almost. Like that's how
Okay.
far up there they are. So, but yeah, that's a big focus. I would love to go to the UK. I mean, right now, they represent us alongside Magnapan and Rado, and I love both of those speakers. I think our stuff just pairs insanely well with those two. And I've been kind of contemplating trying to get us to do like a little dealer tour up there with the Decent guys, and I don't know, maybe do like an Air Rado kind of tour up there and hit some dealers. Um, the Rado X2T speakers that I heard at Munich were super impressive, and I think hearing those with the 8 series would just be insane.
Yeah, I bet. Great combo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any other places that you're hoping to go to? Because I'm kind of the one making all these travel arrangements almost right now. So where do you want to go, Ariel?
Yeah, I mean, if I can get to Germany and Tokyo one year, that'd be amazing. If we can throw in UK as well, that'd be, the biggest year I've ever had. Yes, so besides my own, like summer vacation, you'd go river rafting or something. That's about it.
Yeah,
So no, I don't have anything else on my radar. These are 3 big ones.
right on. Well, I think like in between a lot of these trade shows too, we're gonna try to do some more dealer events this year and
That'd be good.
try to hang out with some of our best dealers. I mean, I think I could probably throw a few of them out right now, just like music lovers in the Bay Area.
Yep.
And Audio Connection, New Jersey.
Yep.
I mean, we've got some new dealers that we just picked up. I mean, I'm going to start really announcing a lot of those over the next week here. I just want to, I mean, it's like, I think since the start of the year, we have 6 new partners. So
Wow.
that's really cool. So yeah, North Carolina, Tacoma, Washington, um, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Falls Church, Virginia, Mexico, and our friends in Poland are really, really reamped up on the 8 series stuff that we just sent them. It's kind of like gotten them really excited again. So they're not quite new per se, but they just let us know that they're really, really looking forward to a big year. So we might go to Poland actually. But yeah, so if we're not going to, this is going to be a big year. So if we're not going to an actual trade show, we'll probably be doing some dealer events. So comment and let us know where you want us to go to. If you've got a dealer in your area that you want us to kind of plan an event with, I love doing that stuff. So I'll be happy to reach out to those dealers and see if we can make something really cool happen.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that would, again, not be end user, but we've been talking about, having some kind of event here at the factory, either bringing in, inviting our dealers stuff to do kind of a training and visits. And anyway, yeah, that's, we've been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah.
Might come to fruition.
Yeah. Actually, we have I think, some potential local connections that could really help make that really feasible thing for us to do. And yeah, if we're not going to go to a show, we can have our own air show at the shop here and or offsite at a local inn or a hotel or something of that nature. So yeah, we're talking about ways that we can create really cool, compelling air-centric listening experiences, and we hope to keep partnering with really cool brands at these trade shows and bringing unique listening experiences. As much as I am a loyal person and like to stick with people through thick and thin, I want to also show off a wide variety of compatibility options with our equipment. So I want to keep it fresh and keep showing some really cool new options and things for people. Because going to spending all this money to travel to these trade shows to see and hear the same systems all the time, that's I don't know how that can stay exciting for some people. So I won't name names, but there's just certain brands that you just don't ever see separated from each other, and I don't know. It's good. It's good to mix it up.
Yep.
But yeah, big year 2024. We didn't get on last week because we had some technical difficulties, and I hope you all enjoyed hearing us on microphones instead of computer speakers. Ariel's still learning about dynamic microphones,
That's right.
But
Get closer to the mic.
Yeah, there you go. See? Yeah. That's why that big fluffy windsock thing is on there. Your pop filter.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know I'm not used to it at all. Never. It's yeah, I'm like just kind of lounge and relax back. Yeah. It's
Yeah, see they
Anyway.
didn't hear you at all. But we'll get used to this more. Maybe when we're prototyping a mic pre here or there or something.
There you go.
Wink, wink. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. This is our first Pints with Air for 2024. Avery double-barreled maple stout. If you can find this at your local shop, it will kick your butt because we've been talking this whole time and I am about halfway through mine. So.
Yeah. Mine's almost gone, but yeah.
Right on. Well, Ariel, cheers to you.
Cheers.